What's going on, you guys? So, I don't think I did a build update last week. I don't know if I did or not, actually. I've been losing track of these videos, but figured I'd get one out to you guys now. So this week, I got a couple more parts in for the car, most of it being fuel system stuff. So what I did this weekend, I added a fuel level sender to the tank, built this flange for remote filler, because where it's located all the way in there would be pretty difficult to fill the tank. I mean, we have to get a big funnel and just be a real pain in the ass. So I added a remote filler and put the filler neck right there on the side of the car, so it's really easy to get to. Also cut a hole in the rear firewall there for a gauge. Way as we're filling the car up, we can actually see how much fuel is in the tank, and it's easy for the crew to monitor the amount of fuel in the car. That way they don't have to be looking inside the car, and it's very simple, and it's an easy way of doing it. So having that gauge right there in the back is going to make life a lot easier for the crew. I also got around to painting the front crash bar of the vehicle finally. Been kind of holding off on painting that for a while just because I didn't know if I was adding any more brackets for mounting stuff, but I got the oil cooler mounted, the remote oil filters all mounted and all that stuff. So I got all that figured out and taken care of. And then after that, there's really nothing else that's going to be mounted onto the front bumper. And if I need to, I could just touch it up later. So it's really not that big of a deal. I just wanted to get it painted and out of the way. And it all matches, and it looks pretty good now. It's not fully bolted on up in the strut areas, but turned out pretty good. And the one other thing that I started working on this weekend and I didn't get time to finish it was the wipers. So I got all this shit done, and then I realized I totally forgot to put wipers on this car. And with the way I have this motor set up, I have it pushed really far back with the reverse manifold too. The throttle body's in the way, so the factory setup wouldn't just bolt in anymore. So I started working on mounting the motor right here. So I got a bracket that goes down and bolts on there and there. I'm gonna have to get a little beefier bracket for that top one. That's just like a little piece of aluminum I had just to strap it in. And then it's gonna be single wiper in the center. A couple test times and you can kind of see the amount of coverage we get there on it. So it's almost full windshield coverage with the single wiper. I do not have this fully mounted yet, so this is still really flimsy, and I need to build a new bracket. So I think I'm gonna build a bracket off the back of here that'll bolt onto the firewall behind it just to keep it nice and rigid. This length will need to be changed or modified because it barely taps right in there when it's coming back, but it does get full travel. So I'm either gonna need to modify this or something, depending on how far out I mount the arm. Either way, it's not really that big of a deal. It's really simple to change that. If anything, I could actually just probably cut the linkage and kind of angle it a little bit, so that way it comes down and around the wiper arm when it's traveling. It works really good, actually, surprisingly. Doesn't look too terrible. It doesn't clutter everything up, but just one of those things I forgot I had to do, and now I'm just getting around to it. Other than that, didn't really get much else done. Yesterday I spent most of the day watching the FD live stream. I actually brought my TV and everything and out here in the garage so I could get some work done on the car while watching, and that just turned into me watching FD and not really getting anything done, but got a little bit of progress, a little bit. Probably not gonna be getting any more parts for it for a little while, so I do have a bunch of fab work I can kind of fill up the meantime with. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Just it's coming along, a little update video. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, follow the build, and I will catch you guys later.